All right, it feels like May is blooming, so welcome to your May numerology for 2024. I'm Jennifer, and welcome to your readings at the round table. All right, so I'm going to do a quick overview of the astrology. Some of you have had questions about this. I go into more detail about the astrology for the month, especially the 2 weeks surrounding the new moon and the full moon, when I do the zodiac readings for the new moon and the full moon. So if you want more details from me, make sure that you check out your zodiac readings, where I do have an intro that covers like all the stuff that's going on around that new moon or full moon. Okay? All right, so we're kicking off May with Pluto going retrograde on May 2nd. Yeah, so Pluto is essentially kicking off this retrograde season, if you want to call that. I don't count Mercury in when I say retrograde season, because Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. Not once a year, not once every 2 years. Mercury goes retrograde a lot, so I don't count that. Pluto is going retrograde until October the 11th. And here's something fun. Pluto is going to retrograde back into Capricorn starting on September 1st. So that's going to be fun for all of us that have a lot of Capricorn in our charts. Yeah. On May the 4th, it's just a little side note for me. May the 4th be with you. Huge Star Wars fan. I can't help it. I'm a geek. On the 7th, we have a new moon in Taurus. It hits its peak at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have on the 15th, Mercury moves into Taurus. On the 20th, the sun moves into Gemini. So we're opening up Gemini season. Love that. On the 23rd, we have the full moon in Sagittarius, which hits its peak at 9:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the same day, we have Venus moving into Gemini. This is a good place for Venus. The place that Venus really doesn't like to be is Virgo. I mean, who can blame her? I'm a Virgo, so yeah, I get that. All right, then on the 25th, we are wrapping up the month with Jupiter moving into Gemini. Now, this is not a favorite place of Jupiter because Jupiter does rule Sagittarius. So this is not the favorite place for Jupiter. The fall position for Jupiter is actually Capricorn, but we're gonna have Jupiter in Gemini for the next year. Jupiter changes signs every 12 to 13 months. So Jupiter has camped out in Taurus a long time now. So we're going to sort of jump into a new wave of interest and new freshness here. And I am going to go into this in greater detail when I do the full moon and Sagittarius readings for the zodiac signs. So for May, we are ending the month with 3 planets in air plus Sun and South Node. So we've got Jupiter, Venus, and the Sun in Gemini. We have South Node in Libra, and we have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Then we have 2 planets in water, which is Saturn and Neptune, both in Pisces, and Neptune rules Pisces. I just always like to point this out. Then we have 2 planets in Earth, which is Uranus and Mercury. And then we have 1 planet in fire and plus North Node. And both are in Aries. Mars and North Node are in Aries right now. And Mars loves being in Aries because Mars rules Aries. Oh, I know. It's great. I really think that May is going to be a wonderful step in to right before we get to that summer energy. You know, it's like the end of spring, but we're stepping into summer. I think this is going to be a wonderful time for it. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to talk to you more about this Pluto retrograde and Jupiter moving into Gemini. But again, make sure you check out your zodiac readings from me if you want to hear this information from me. If you don't, that's okay. There's a million of us on YouTube, so check them out. All right, so I am going to be pulling from 2 card decks today, the usual Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading cards. These are my favorites for numerology. So let's see what your life path number is for the next month, for all of May. Life path 4, May for you, we're doubling down on the energy of the 8 because May for you is an 8-month. What? We're in the year of a 44-8 and it's an 8-month. This is a lot of abundance for you, Life path 4. So get into it, right? This is truly an abundant time for you. This is like looking around and understanding that you're not lacking for anything. There is an infinite supply. Are you going out and getting it? Because I think I've said before, this year for you, or for everyone, is giving the energy of striking while the iron is hot. You need to go out there and get it this year. And this month for you, again, we're doubling down on that energy. It's money, it's power, it's inspiration. What are you looking for? It's coming in. This is a time to reap what you've sown. This is a wonderful time of karma, truly. This is a great time to like exercise those ambitions in a healthy way, but this is a great time to exercise those ambitions and just get out there and say, I want this, I want this. Now, it is a time of setting an example of self-empowerment for others. And let me tell you, I keep telling people, self-empowerment means that you have gone through some shit. It doesn't mean that you had an easy life and you're just like, oh my gosh, no, I just empower myself to just move forward. No, that's not what that means. It means you have been through some really shitty times and now it's just, you're going, okay, I know how to get myself out of this. I know how to work the system. I know how to do this. That's self-empowerment. That's you saying, I know I can do this. I know I can get from here to where I want to be. And this is a great time for you to do that. I love it, truly. The mantra of the 8 is I embrace the power within me and honoring the divinity in others. Yeah, we're all part of the divine. We are. And we're all powerful too. You also need to recognize that you are powerful, Life Path 4. So in the time of an 8, the shadow side is feeling responsible for other people's choices. That's pretty serious for you, Life Path 4, because I know you've done that. And I know that because I am a Life Path 4. I'm a 22-4, so, you know, I'm right there with you. Trying to fix other people, that's a shadow side because you cannot fix it for them. You can show them how, but you cannot fix it for them. Attachment to the material, yeah, that can be a big deal here. And leading with the ego. So for you, with your shadow sides of overwork can cause stress, that can be a little bit of an ego-based overworking to like make sure that you're like accomplishing, that you're doing as much as you can. Closing your mind to new and different ideas, it's not a good side of us. It really isn't. But we need to acknowledge it. We can get too serious during times and we can be impatient with how long it takes to build things. Whether it's businesses or relationships or whatever, we can be very impatient with that. So let's remember that the lesson of the 8 is to lead with compassion for others and not from the ego, okay? It takes as long as it takes for. It really does. Okay, I want to remind you of your mantra really fast. I am a builder, confident and steadfast, seeking order and accomplishment. We do like that, don't we? I know. And the lesson of the 4 is taking one step after another with patience and open-mindedness. This is so important. This is so important because this is what you want to do for. You want to build solid things, solid businesses, solid structures, solid relationships, solid friendships, family. You want to build in that manner. This is a wonderful time for you to continuing to remove the clutter and organize your life because, again, you're going to be filled with a lot of inspiration this month. We're doubling down on the energy of the year, so you're going to have a lot of inspiration coming into you, and I think that's great. I think it's great. So you go out there and you be your practical builder kind of self and bring in the abundance. And remember, you can bring in an abundance of shit or you can bring in an abundance of gold. What are you looking for? They're both useful. one is just a lot more useful than the other. Unless you're trying to fertilize your garden. So it's great. It's great. When you're manifesting, you can manifest a lot. Just don't manifest bad stuff. I've done it. Let's don't do that. Goodness. All right, Life Path 4. And I did have some questions about why I read from the book on the crystal reading cards. As I have said in lots of previous videos, I read from the book on 2 decks of cards that I own, and that is the crystal reading cards and the Moonology cards. The reason why is because those books are so packed with information. I'm not shortchanging you on that information. It's too good to pass up. So I do read from the books on those cards, and I don't think it's cheating. So there you go. Ooh. Forgot to switch the cameras again. I know. Maeve, cycles and rhythms. Sounds good. I mean, really, these books have a lot of good information. And I just feel like they have, like, good stuff. There's there's one other deck of cards that I don't use, that if I use them, I would read from the book, but I haven't used them in a million years, so maybe I should review them. Ooh, dioptase, heart healing. I like that. We could all use a little heart healing, right? Okay. Maeve, cycles and rhythm. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. I like that. Okay, and dioptase, heart healing. Dioptase is one of the most powerful heart healing crystals on the planet. Its energy penetrates deep into the inner chambers of the heart, transmuting old wounds of the past. The energy of the green ray brings powerful healing and transformation to the heart chakra. When you are blessed with dioptase's healing energy, you feel safe and supported to freely live and love from the heart. Wow! That's awesome. It heals the inner realms of the wounded heart and enhances openness. It transmutes and heals emotional pain and old wounds. It allows you to release and dissolve sadness in your life and lets down walls of anger, bitterness, and resistance, embracing love and connection. That's awesome. It really is. Fantastic for us. Am I right? I mean, I know. But you should also listen to the video for Life Path 22, because 22 carries the vibration of the 4. But I always re-add the numbers if I get a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8 to make sure that you're not a master number. And some aren't, I'll be honest with you, but you should also watch that video, just in case you have time. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 4. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful May. I hope it's an amazing month for you. Be sure to check out your zodiac readings for the full moon and the new moon, and you'll get more information about all of the astrology that I covered in the overview. I know, people have been asking me questions about it. Again, I hope you have a wonderful month. And until we see each other next, Life Path 4, get out there and make your magic. Bye.